Hi Pokefans, welcome back to part 3 of the 4 treasures of Paldean King. Today we'll be finding out the second treasure and finding out all the stakes, location for it, as well as trying to catch the legendary Pokemon. Really excited for this one. By the way, if you haven't seen my last 2 episodes where I have explained more on the lore behind it, as well as the location of the first legendary Pokemon, go ahead and check out my description or click on the link that is available right here and you can actually watch those videos as well. But of course there is no order in which you can watch these. You can go ahead and check out this video and check out that one later as well. Anyway, when I was checking out the map, it seems like the next shrine is actually quite close to where the Open Sky Titan was. I actually missed this shrine when I was first going through my playthrough. By the way, if you're interested in exploring Paldean region itself, go ahead and check out my playthrough. I have done a lot of exploring in it. For now, let me go ahead and go to the shrine itself. Luckily, I do have the shrine kind of available in my map. So all I had to do was set my destination to the shrine itself and kind of go back to there. So apparently it's around here. And I think I'm quite close to it, so I do want to check it out first. By the way, in my playthrough I did come here, but I think I didn't jump down around here and that's how I actually missed it. So let me look around a bit and see if I can actually find the entrance itself. Ooh, okay, there it is. Alright, it is quite hidden, but I was actually able to find it. According to the number of chains that are available, I think I already found 4 of these stakes and I've already removed it. But of course, in this episode, I'll go ahead and show you guys the location of all 8 stakes, so it's much easier for you guys to find it as well. Before we go, if you do interact with the shrine, it says herein lies sealed the ruinous sword. So we do have the Pokemon that was created because of this sword laying in right here. Pretty cool. Anyway, let's get on with finding the stakes. Alright, the first one is actually right next to the Alphanada city. So I'll go ahead and set the destination and then actually fly to the leaning tower of Paldean. Now, if you don't have this location in your map, you can directly go ahead and fly to the Alphanada city and make your way from there. But once you do find this tower, all you have to do is kind of climb this rock over here a bit more. Because the location where we are going to is kind of a bit in the down. I think if we do slide down around here, we should be able to kind of find it. And there it is. Alright. It's in a isolated ledge and quite difficult to actually identify. I mean, no wonder I actually missed this one. But here it is. The first stake for our shrine. Let me quickly go ahead and pull it out. There we go. The first one has been pulled out. Let me go ahead and check out where the second one is gonna be in my map and we can go from there. Alright, here is the second one and it's a bit trickier, but I do have to kind of climb the mountain that is right next to Alphanada city. Once we are at the top, all we have to do is glide down to this location and I think we should be able to find this one as well. I think personally I haven't really pulled this one out either because I never got a time to kind of explore the mountain right next to the city and the other locations over there. So definitely this is gonna be another one that I actually missed. Let me quickly make my way to the top and we can glide from there, so I'll show you guys where it's gonna be. Once you're at the top, all you have to do is glide down, and if you have already pinned this location in your map, it's so much easier to kind of find it, and I definitely really like this functionality in the game itself. Now I'm going to be a bit careful when I'm gliding just to make sure that I don't go too down. Alright, getting on this platform, we are quite close to it. I guess we do have to go down here, and just like the other stakes that we have seen till now, this third one is also kind of gonna be a little hidden. So we do have to kind of pan our camera around and there it is. so close, it's so hidden, and unless you have your camera at some angle, you probably would have missed this one as well. Anyway, here is the third one. Let me quickly pull it out. There we go. And let me go ahead and check out the map once more to pin down the location of the fourth stake. Alright, right next to the Alphanada city, you have your fourth one. And I think most of the people might have missed this. It's actually in a small rocky area at the side of a cliff, and you actually have a small cave inside. The stake is actually gonna be inside the cave. In this case, I've actually explored it myself and I've pulled it out before, but I'll quickly go ahead and show you guys how to reach that cave. All you have to do is jump down right here, and if you look down, there is a small pillar structure, and we do have to kind of manage to just fall down at the right area. In this case, I did decide to jump right here, and okay, never mind, let me jump down once more, and you'll be able to find a cave entrance right here. It's pretty easy to find, and once you enter the cave, you'll be able to find the stake. Since in my game I have already pulled it out, you won't be able to find it right now, but I believe this is where it was. That is the fourth one. Also, if you guys are having some trouble finding out the location, you can go ahead and pause my video when I'm pinning out the location and try to find the same in your map as well. Having the locations pinned is the way to go, guys. This is very easy when you pin it and go over there. Anyway, let me go ahead and show you guys the location for the fifth one. This one is actually gonna be right next to Cortando City, so you can go ahead and fly over there. And it's actually gonna be right around here in the mountain region. All I have to do is go in this direction, and once you see a river, you do have to kind of cross it in order to go to that mountain. So let me quickly make my way over there. Of course, I accidentally just encountered a lot of Pokemon in between, because sometimes the spawning of the locations are a bit difficult. Either way, since I do have all the powers for my Koraidon, I'm easily able to bypass half of these places and just go straight to the location itself. Right here, instead of going through the path, you have to kind of jump across this channel and go to the end of it. I believe that the stake will be on a cliff once more in a, by the way, a really hidden area, and you do have to kind of climb it. Alright, now that I'm here, let me pick up this TM, which I did not pick up before, and climbing up this ridge. We should be soon coming close to the stake itself. There it is, at a really small area. And this is the location in the map, by the way. You can go ahead and pin it out as well. Quite close to Cortando City and quite easier to find. There we go, let me quickly pull this one out as well. And that is the fifth location. Let me go ahead and show you guys the next one. I think some of them after this I might have already pulled out, because when I was exploring I did find a couple of them, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to show you guys the location for them as well. The sixth one I have already pulled out. It's quite close to the shrine itself. All you have to do is set your destination on the small circle platform, and I think you can just fly directly to the shrine and go from there. It's quite close and quite easy to reach. Let me quickly climb up this cliff, go on straight from here, and at some point you'll be able to see a large hole. You do have to jump inside it, and there is going to be a platform where you'll be able to find the stake. Alright, once again I accidentally hit another Pokemon. But jumping up on top of this, there is the hole I was talking about. You can also glide directly to it. And as you might have seen, there is a cliff in between, and that platform on the top is where you'll be able to find the stake right here. So if you are flying across this, you'll be able to see this one. It's gonna be right here. That is the seventh one, I believe. The next one is also going to be right close to this area, so let me quickly go ahead and set its destination on the map. Now this one is gonna be much closer to the next Pokemon Center, and it's actually right next to the tower in the Western Province. If you have already explored this tower, it's so much easier to find the next one. It's right next to it. In my case, I have already explored this one, so I was easily able to come here, and apparently it's on top of this platform. Yep, there it is. And I actually never saw this one. I did, by the way, explore this area. Maybe I missed it because it's at a high place, but it's right here. So let me quickly go ahead and pull this one out. By the way, this is the 6th location. I'll go ahead and show you guys the other two. In my case, this is the last stake I had to actually pull out. That's the reason why you'll be able to see this dialogue right here. It says that there is a mysterious cry coming from the shrine, which means it confirms that I have pulled out all the 8 stakes. But of course, according to the order we are currently going, we are still in the 6th one. The 7th one is quite close to the Pokemon League building, and let me actually go ahead and go to the Pokemon Center building. I think it's much easier to go from there, but it's actually around this area. Wait, I think that is the wrong place. That's not where it is. I think it's right here in the corner itself. Sometimes it's much difficult to kind of pin it out, but there we go. That is where it is. Very close to the Pokemon Center itself. And as I told before, I'll go ahead and fly from there. I think it's an easier way. But of course, like I mentioned in the last episode, I would definitely recommend you guys go ahead and do this once you have completed the Path of Legends storyline. Or if you have completed the post game, that is fine as well. In my case, I've completed the storyline, so it makes it much easier for me to go ahead and catch these Pokemons as well. But the earliest you could kind of get it is by completing the Path of Legend. You can do it without that, but it is much difficult to kind of reach some of these areas. Most of these stakes are kind of in a small crevice on top of a ledge. So if you do have all the 5 powers unlocked for Koraidon, I think it's way easier to kind of reach these places. For the 7th one, we're almost there. And once you land on top of this cliff right here, all you have to do is make your way to the end, and you'll be able to find it around right here. So this is where I actually found it, in the small crevice, very hidden. But of course, if you have explored like me in the game itself, so you'll be able to pull some of them out. But there we have it. That is the 7th one. The last stake is actually gonna be right behind the Cascafa city. And if you have actually explored the city itself, initially when you went there, you would have probably pulled this one out. It's so close to the city, you could not actually miss it. But of course, I'll go ahead and show you guys the location. The easier way to go over there is probably fly to one of these Pokemon centers. In my case, I chose this one. And just make your way to the back of the gym building. That's where you'll be able to find it. There is a waterfalls behind it, and the stake will kind of be right next to that. Let me go ahead and show you guys the location itself. All we have to do is kind of cross through these houses, and since I do have most of the power of Koraidon, I'm able to kind of cross through these buildings. Once you come to the top platform, you can either go behind these houses or behind directly the Pokemon building itself. And going back over here and crossing this waterfalls, right behind this tree is where you'll be able to find the stake. It's gonna be right behind this tree and very easy to identify as well. In my case, I did see it and pull it out on my normal playthrough. But what I didn't see was this TM right behind the Pokemon building. Let me quickly collect it, but I think we have collected all the 8 stakes of this shrine, so we are good to go. Finally, I can actually go ahead and go to the shrine itself. By the way, the shrine is called Icerend Shrine, and as per the name, I think the Pokemon that we are going to be catching today is going to be part Ice type. Either way, I think it should be pretty fun. Let me go ahead, heal up my team members and save up the game just to make sure that I do not lose this legendary Pokemon and we can challenge it. Well, now that we are ready, let's go ahead and interact with the shrine gate. Of course, we do hear a loud sound from it as well. And once we touch it, apparently the shrine gate just disappears. There we go. And we get to see the legendary Pokemon for the first time. Pretty cool. Alright, as usual, I'll go ahead and let you guys hear the background music for this while. Some of these legendary Pokemons definitely have some intense music and personally I really like it. I'm also gonna try and catch this one by using my Quick Ball. If that doesn't work, I'll go with Armor Rouge, use Will-O-Wisp to burn it and try catching it in that way. I did actually forget to mention one thing. These Pokemons will know a unique move called Ruination, which will actually remove half of your health each time it hits. So definitely you do have to be a bit careful about it, and it tends to kind of use that move a lot. But anyway, let's see how this goes. Right here, another tip is if you do have Koraidon or Miraidon in your team, go ahead and bring it out as well. It's quite strong and definitely can resist most of the moves. Also, if you don't have a Pokemon that can actually use Will-O-Wisp, go ahead and try to paralyze it or put it to sleep. Then bring its health down to try and catch it. Of course, I would definitely recommend having a lot of Ultra Balls, which will definitely help you when you are kind of finding 4 legendary Pokemons. In my case, I'm just wasting my turn to see if I can actually catch it with another Pokeball. But of course, I at last went with Ultra Ball anyway. All I'm hoping is that I can actually catch it before my Ultra Ball ends. Well, back to the intense music in this game. Now that we are at half health, I feel like we do have a more chance of catching this Pokemon. I'm really actually hoping we can catch it before it dies. If it does, I do have to reset my game. I'm hoping I don't have to do that. So let me continue using my Ultra Ball and hopefully we can catch it. Sadly, right here my Koraidon did go down, so I did have to switch out. This turn I did go with my Tinkaton. I feel like it's a much better Pokemon as well. But let's see how this goes. Really down there in health. Hopefully this Ultra Ball works. There we go, we have finally caught this Pokemon. Pretty amazing. And it's actually called Tainpo. It's a dark and ice type, which is pretty cool. Also, its summary is pretty weird. This Pokemon can control 100 tons of fallen snow. It plays around innocently by leaping in and out of avalanches it has caused. Definitely terrifying. It does have a unique ability called Sword of Ruin, where the power of the Pokemon Ruinous Sword will lower the defense of all other Pokemon except itself. Pretty unique, and it's a newer Pokemon for my Pokédex as well. Pretty cool. That is the second treasure out of the 4 of them. So thank you all for watching. That's all I had for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. I've also uploaded a playthrough of my Scarlet game. Go ahead and check it out as well. Anyway, if you'd like to support me more, check out the links in my description. And I'll see you guys in another legendary video.